course, the instructions fall right out of the bottom of the thing. Instructions? Who needs those? Famous last words. Well, it's about time to pressure bleed the brakes and the tranny so that we can get some fluid in there, but I've been using the evenings to work on cleaner projects like getting the windows tinted. 70% is legal in Pennsylvania. This is 75 tint. And lose a couple percent through the plastic anyway. Figure I don't have air conditioning anymore, so staying cool is not going to happen via, that method. So in order not to sweat my balls off, it'd be nice to get rid of some of the incoming sunlight. And there are tremendous advantages to not having the windows in the car. When you're trying to do something like this. You don't need to futz around. Oh, figure out which. Just set this down, and I'm cutting, and didn't actually bother to look to see whether I was cutting the inside or the outside. I guess, well, it'll be the inside of one of them. Inside I have this nano ceramic tint, whatever the hell that means, and for the outside I actually got this window protective film because of the widely known scratchability of Lexan. I don't know how much I got the polycarbonate, I'm sorry, for the lightness, and how much I got it for the fact that when I wrap this around a tree I at least won't have to vacuum glass out of the back. This is one of those things that requires a lot of precision and attention to detail, which is not me, so I should probably be paying somebody else to do this for me. One thing I did not see a tip for on the internet is how to get this. Maybe there are no tips and tricks. Either get it or you don't. Fucking around until you do get it. So I think I'll just leave these to dry a little bit. beginning to think that I will do the protective film once it's glued in place. Or maybe I should not, because, you know, that'll protect it from bad things happening while I put it back. The next day. The tint did not adhere to the black part of the window, which I guess is not really surprising. Good deal. It's somewhat less clear than it was before. Now here's the good stuff. I'm gonna write to your case. Your papa said to steer clear, 'cause I lead to the grave. So this apparently is applied very much like window tint, because it really basically is window tint. Only it is apparently stronger. And very clear. Probably could have gone darker, because let's face it, if a cop pulls me over, is the tint really going to be the thing they get me for? Okay, I'm going to call that done. An assumption is indeed a dangerous thing, and since the last brakes I bled were the black focus, I assumed that I had the correct adapter on the brake bleeder, and indeed it seemed to screw down tight, and the Black Label European is obviously not the right one, but there's this completely apparently unopened Black Label Ford 3-prong adapter, which I I don't have a third bag to tell what adapter I just screwed into there. This may be for the truck. Or maybe I just screwed the wrong adapter on there, but in either case it was creating a tremendous leak at the junction where it was screwed on. The manufacturer's website alleges that the 1109 is the correct thing, but yeah, not so much. That doesn't even want to start to thread, let alone actually thread. So. Alright, so square one, and then we just have to catch the leaks. And work fast so that I minimize them. So as I was doing the driver's rear, I looked over and I saw some dribbling of fluid. I said, oh, that caliper must have had the bleeder nipple already kind of loosened up, and I'm losing fluid that way. And I came over here on this side, and the puddle is very much not under the caliper bleeder nipple. And in fact, brake fluid was kind of pouring off of this hard line coming out from under the fuel tank. So I wonder if I rubbed up against something when I was installing the fuel tank, and I'm going to have to disconnect that and drop it and fight with it and everything, and basically undo all of that work to see where it's leaking from, and that's going to be a huge problem. Well, this has not really been a morning for good news, but I do have one piece of it, in that this hard line is the problem, but there's a junction right here behind the fuel filter, and I don't have to replace the whole thing. The only question is whether the one on the black focus is worth using as a source, or it's equally rusted and I just need to have a new one built. And part of me is tempted to replace the one on the passenger side preemptively as well, if this one rusted from me just fucking with it a little bit. I should be able to drain the bulk of the fluid in the line from here, so that way I won't end up with, you know, gallons and gallons on. Oh good, most of it's already leaked out anyway. With any luck, I can manage to do this without dropping too much brake fluid on my face, since I'm right the fuck under here. I sure hope this comes apart in a way that I only have to replace this segment. This would technically be a lot easier if I removed the fuel tank again, but since I kind of have a little bit of nightmares about that, I'm just going to leave well enough alone. Okay, good. Maybe now I can avoid making a tremendous mess of this. Now I get to figure out how these little clippy things work that are holding it in. Can I get it out of them, or will I simply end up breaking them in the process? I can just pull that out of there, and that seemed to work okay. Plunk. Okay, that's 2. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, or so I hear. Now, the problem with this one is it's high up enough that getting under it, I can actually just reach it. It's going to be a freaking issue. Or maybe that's going to happen a lot easier than I thought. Ta-da! I shouldn't say ta-da until it's actually away from the car. I guess I should allow that to leak a little bit. Alright, ta-da! It looks like I got the other side's brake line removed off camera, but in either case, it's time to get some new lines made. Well, you know, as frustrating as it is to find little things like that brake issue, I'd much rather find them here in the garage as opposed to towards the end of a straightaway where I'm barreling towards a sharp turn and trying to stop the car. So, let's get the broken stuff out of the way and break it here as much as possible so that we can fix it back and get it in much better shape. Make life easier in the future. In real life, though, it's time for overmounting. Those of you who've been following along in real time and watching the summary phases know that the Focus didn't do so well, and the wrecked Fiesta that I ended up buying is actually going to be ready for overmounting, so I think I'm just going to retire the Focus, sell that off, race team in a box, if you will, sell it with the trailer and all the spare parts and everything. My garage is full of extra spare parts, even more full than usual since it's time to start getting that ready for sale. The next episode should be an actual rally thread, which will be nice, and hope I'll have better news on this one. But in the meantime, I'll keep documenting the build so that I have a record of what I did, and people who are trying to figure out their own problems have a record of what I did too, and how not to fix things. Although in this case, once again, the day is saved thanks to Mike. Well, it's about time to pressure breed the... Pressure breed. Forced mating.